I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I'm not trying to say there's not misuses like everything else, but it is a legitimate financial instrument.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call change of days, opinion, and approach. Few years ago, Larry Fink was the biggest critique of Bitcoin, just like Michael Saylor, and now he is pro-Bitcoin. And this guy is not just a random CEO, he is the CEO of world's biggest investment firm BlackRock. And if he is saying Bitcoin is legit, then what more you need about this digital gold? And he did not only said Bitcoin is legit, but he also encouraged people to have Bitcoin in their portfolio. So let's listen to what he exactly said about Bitcoin and its future.
I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I'm not trying to say there's not misuses like everything else, but it is a legitimate financial instrument that allows you to have maybe uncorrelated, non-correlated type of returns. I believe it is an instrument that you invest in when you're more frightened, though. It is an instrument when you believe that countries are debasing their currency, debasing their currency by excess deficits, and some countries are. I believe we have countries where you're frightened of your everyday existence, and if you have an opportunity to invest in something that is outside your country's control, then you can have more financial control. And so I'm a major believer that there is a role for Bitcoin in portfolios. I believe you're going to see that as one of the asset classes that we all look at. I look at it as digital gold, as I said before, and I do believe there's a real need for everyone to look at it as one alternative to, I would say, the optimism that I have in the world. If you want to hedge hope, Bitcoin is not an instrument for hope unless you're hopeful you're going to make a lot of money on it. But I look at it as a vehicle in which you're expressing your financial acumen in something that you're more frightened of the world, you're more frightened of your existence. And I believe there's a great industrial use for it. And I think a lot of people are missing that.
This was pure cinema. Listening to world's biggest investment firm's CEO ranting about Bitcoin, its tech, use cases, and importance. But he didn't just say it, as his action supports his words too. In just July, BlackRock purchased more than $1 billion in Bitcoin, including a $107 million investment on July 18th. This aggressive buying frenzy is part of a larger trend in which the BlackRock-issued iShares Bitcoin Trust, or IBIT, has continuously attracted millions of dollars from investors in recent days. Despite market concerns about future sell-offs by Mt. Gox debtors, the IBIT Fund recorded its 9th consecutive day of inflows. And with this, we can claim that July was a watershed moment for IBIT, with the greatest single-day inflow exceeding $260 million on July 16th. Surprisingly, 7 of the last 9 days have seen inflows exceed $100 million. Furthermore, BlackRock is not alone. Other institutional investors have purchased Bitcoin for millions of dollars. In total, all 10 Bitcoin spot ETFs have brought in $1.96 billion since July 5th. The highest inflow of $310.21 million for this month was recorded on July 12th. This robust inflow underscores the rising interest of institutional investors in the cryptocurrency space. Anticipation is also building around the launch of Ether-based spot ETFs, which are expected to further amplify this interest. Additionally, the recent surge in popularity of former US President Donald Trump, particularly after an assassination attempt, has bolstered Bitcoin's appeal. Trump, who has shifted towards a supportive stance on crypto, has become a favorite of the crypto community. Michael Saylor, chairman of MicroStrategy, also noted today that Bitcoin has emerged as a political force. Michael Saylor was one of the first and few multi-billion-dollar company CEOs who turned Bitcoin maxi. But Bitcoin is not it, as 5-spot Ethereum ETFs set to launch on July 23rd. Maybe by the time you see this video, they are already launched, but SIBO has confirmed that 5-spot Ethereum ETFs will go live on July 23rd. The stock exchange has updated its platform to include new listings from Fidelity, Invesco Galaxy, Franklin Templeton, VanEck, and 21 Shares. This development is seen as a significant morale boost for investors who have been eagerly awaiting these products. The management costs for these ETFs have also been announced, with Franklin Templeton charging 0.19%, Bitwise charging 0.20%, and BlackRock charging 0.25%, with the option of waiving all or part of the price for a specified period. VanEck has stated that it will waive ETF fees until 2025 or until the assets total $1.5 billion, whichever comes first. The choice to remove fees may give these issuers a competitive edge, as lower costs are likely to attract more investors. Grayscale, with a management charge of 2.5%, may find itself at a disadvantage in this competitive environment. The SIBO update signals the conclusion of a long wait for spot Ethereum ETFs and may pave the way for other cryptocurrency ETFs. Discussions are already underway about the possibility of Solana ETFs, and there is speculation that the SEC might approve them in the future. And BlackRock is not after Ethereum for nothing, as their broader motive is tokenization of the assets. Recently, BlackRock's BUIDL Fund tops $500 million as tokenized treasury market soars. It's the first tokenized treasury product to achieve the milestone, taking only 4 months since its debut in March. Other decentralized finance (DeFi) protocols, such as Ondo Finance and Mountain Protocol, have used BUIDL as a backing asset for their own yield products, accelerating the expansion of BlackRock's tokenized offering. FalconX and Hidden Road, two digital asset brokers, have just added the cryptocurrency to collateral assets for institutional investor clients across their networks. Now let's listen to what Larry Fink have to say about tokenization of assets.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
And in another interview of Bloomberg, Larry Fink also highlighted about the importance of moving into crypto and the reasons behind it. Let's hear him out again.
We believe ETFs are a technology no different than Bitcoin was a technology for asset storage. We believe the next step going forward will be the tokenization of financial assets. And that means every stock, every bond will have its own, basically, CUSIP. It'll be on one general ledger. Every investor, you and I, will have our own number, our own identification. We could rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activities around bonds and stocks and digital by having a tokenization. But the most importantly thing, we can customize strategies through tokenization that fits every individual. We would have instantaneous settlement. Think about all the costs of settling bonds and stocks. But if you had a tokenization, everything would be immediate because it's just a line item. And so we believe this is a technological transformation for financial assets. I believe if you want to talk about voting and voting choice and all the things, if we know every moment who is the owner of that stock and it's now time to vote, every individual who has ownership is identified and they can vote their own shares.
Did BlackRock just hinted voting on blockchain? Will United States of America be shifting to blockchain technology for financial assets and other things? We will have to wait to find out about it. Furthermore, speculations are going higher and higher as people are anticipating Trump to announce a bigger role for BTC in the financial system at Bitcoin conference, triggering a parabolic rise in the cryptocurrency's price. And if you guys don't know the exact date or time, then let us remind that Trump is scheduled to speak at the Nashville conference on July 27th, despite the recent assassination attempt that boosted his chances of winning the Novita 4 presidential elections. And there is one more big thing we shouldn't ignore, that is on Sunday, Elon Musk changed his profile picture to X showing laser eyes, a symbol quite popular within the Bitcoin investors community. Additionally, Elon Musk's recent visit to Tennessee has sparked speculations about his participation in the Bitcoin 2024 conference, along with Trump. And if this happens, we all know where crypto is heading. And that's all for today. Hope you have liked the video and the content. If yes, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any update. See you in the next video.